Good morning. Welcome to Friday's session of Lent for Everyone. I suppose you are wondering how my ashes lasted until Friday morning. It is a trick. Just so you know, I don't actually film these on the day of. So anyway, wanted to get into this reading today, and it's fascinating, one of the calling of the disciples, not only because of the disciples' first response to Jesus, but because of what N.T. Wright compares it to when he talks about the spectators being called into a game. I don't think some of us could help but think about how the Hurricanes goalie this last week, David Ayres, was called into a game after driving the Zamboni in Toronto for their game. If you haven't heard that story, I encourage you to look it up. It is a heartwarming one and a fun one, as he was literally called from the stands to play in the game, just as N.T. Wright was talking about in this section. I found really a couple points very interesting that Wright says, and they're both on page 8. He says, but in another sense, part of the point is that God always wanted humans to be part of the action, not just spectators. God made humans to reflect his image, his presence, his love, his plans into the world. Friends, we are called to reflect God's image into the world. God could have done it in other ways, but God chose to make humans in his image. That's why Jesus even came to show us how God would call us to live and to exemplify that for us. What an amazing gift that we can somehow be part of God's work in the world. What a thrill and what a great privilege that we have. The second thing then that he asks and challenges us to is right at the end. He says, what should the church be doing today that would make people realize that heaven is actually in charge here and now? What should the church be doing today that make people realize that heaven is in charge here and now? He says the reason why Jesus had lots of people following him early in his ministry is because of the healing. People were coming to see. They were amazed. Friends, what could the church be called to do? What are we called to do collectively as a body? Where people would come and see, where they'd be amazed, where they would see heaven coming in on earth. So I pray that would be our prayer. I pray that we would be challenged to not just be spectators in the season of Lent, but to join in God's work together. God bless you.